Now, my thing is, women are supposed to wear dresses when they go to church.
Okay.
Men are supposed to have more slacks and a nice shirt when they go to church.
Okay.
Okay? You are not supposed to go to church in no mini skirts or jeans. Pants. Women are not supposed to wear pants when they go to church.
Okay, so Pastor, before you answer, I just want to remind you that she is the woman of the house, so let her down easy.
Oh! Now I'm gonna get let down? Okay, I'm gonna listen.
I'm just saying.
First of all, let me just say that that I'm speaking is not the voice of God.
Yes, I understand.
So this is Pastor Austin. This is Raymond's opinion.
He said Raymond.
So far.
Now, if that were the case, that as far as always dressing or what have you, in my opinion, that limits the experience to those who have not, to those who may not feel comfortable, and a lot of it, the generation has shifted a little bit. So while I may show up, and you see I showed up in a suit and bow tie, right?
You better stop listening. Go ahead.
But from time to time, I also wear a t-shirt, flip flops.
To church?
Absolutely.
And you preach in flip flops?
I will preach in flip flops. Absolutely.
Okay, now me and you, we gonna have a problem now.
Absolutely, because Jesus didn't wear no three-piece and a bow tie.
And you could put on some slacks and a shirt.
Jesus didn't even wear slacks.
Look. I can't.
But
okay, now I do understand that in the beginning, you wear certain, because you don't know better. But once you know better, aren't you supposed to do better?
This is the expectation.
Oh,
But
hit me with the expectation.
this is the expectation, but the fact of the matter is that everyone who knows better, first of all, won't do better.
Worcester, I'm right.
And second of all, at Emmanuel, I can only speak for Emmanuel because different churches have different. But at Emmanuel, we are creating an environment where all are truly welcome.
And everybody should be welcome.
Right.
I agree with you.
Okay.
However, you are supposed to. You're supposed to do better once you know better. So I think that's when the church comes in my opinion, the church comes in, and for those that do not have, or for those that aren't comfortable, you show them, and then you help them, like they don't have clothing. Everybody got clothes that they can't wear anymore, and that's what you do. Yeah. And if those that are uncomfortable, you show them like this is, you know what I mean? But my thing is, when nobody's supposed to do better.
And these things take time. These things take time. I mean, people who are coming, if you come in to church, and you can come to Emmanuel, if you come into church,
as you are, yes,
in the same black dress that you wore on Saturday night to the club, because that's the only dress you have, you are welcome.
Yes.
If you come in dingy jeans because that's all you, then you're welcome. The idea though is, and has always been old school, that when you know better to do better and to present God with your best. I understand that. I understand the idea. I understand the concept. But times have changed now to the point where folk get offended. Folk get offended if you don't let them come in and how much really does it impact your service if somebody is wearing?
Don't look at me well. Stop looking at me.
if you have a person who's very salvation, whose very soul is on the line, how big a deal really is it they got on?
Okay, so this is my argument. This was my argument. My point is, sometimes when I take the pulpit, sometimes I will be wearing a t-shirt and my jeans.
Absolutely.
Not because I feel like it's necessarily the most appropriate thing to wear, but because I know that the flock can't afford to wear. On Pleasant Street at the food pantry, a lot of the people, they come into church on foot. They don't have money to wear things like that. So I don't try to dress to show them like, hey, look, I'm dressed up.
Right.
Be like me. I try to make them feel comfortable in what they're wearing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Now, I like I told you before, I agree with you if this is a disarming technique. You disagree and then you agree a little bit. So if I had a three-piece suit, I told you my mother.
You keep going to these three-piece suits. I didn't say all that.
Okay, not a three-piece suit, but my mother has the big hat, right? The big lavender hat with the lavender dress shirt and the lavender slacks or the lavender skirts with the lavender shoes, and she just looked like a plant coming up in there. She looked like a flower, and she wear a lavender cologne, and I don't have a problem with that. But when she comes and sits down with homeless people in the church, or she sits down around people who don't have that much money to dress sharp, as she like to say with a mink, she looks really out of place. Really out of place. And it makes people feel uncomfortable. You should feel uncomfortable to be at one with the Lord. That should be your main goal. That's all.
I agree.
So let me just say.
Okay, I'm listening.
That I can only speak for our church. But at our church, you have everything from, like I said earlier, the homeless person to the PhD. You have the bow tie, you have the three-piece suit, but you also have those who come just as they are, some who just choose to come just as they are, whether it be in jeans, whatever, t-shirt, but you have those who don't have. And so it's important that all the environment be such that all understand and feel the love of God, feel like they're at home.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
If a woman comes in with the dress that she wore to the club, and that dress is very revealing, do you now see what I've had to do a couple times? So I had to like go get a T-shirt, get a T-shirt and say like
why she came as she is? Why? But she have to cover up and she
listen, because a lot of the people there are weak. Tend to your son. A lot of people
that's called multitasking. Go ahead.
A lot of people are weak. A lot of people are weak and can be weak, and I want them to be paying attention to the word and what thus saith the Lord, not what thus is wearing from Saturday night.
But what does her wearing those clothes? How is that really going to happen?
We live in a
hearing
culture.
the word. Ain't that what you said?
We're in New England where it's hard to focus. New England it's hard for them to be focused on the word when Pam Grier is dressed crazy over there. I'm just saying.
He's confessing right now.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, one of the things that we're fortunate about in our ministry is we have access to clothing, so that if someone was to come in a situation like that, we can always go and get them something.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Because it's a mentorship at the end of the day.
Yeah,
so you have those that, the haves and the have-nots.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I look like I have.
Yep.
I don't. But I can look like I have on certain days. You know what I mean?
Just change the tire.
Listen! I like put a different shirt on.
I don't know what I look. The jury is still out. What do I look? I don't know. But, okay, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I watched some of your videos that you do every day. And the last video I watched was you talking about praying for people in a sincere way, where you are not praying where you get zero benefit from it.
Absolutely.
I'm a preacher, and I had a hard time with that.
And we honestly, they say confession is good for the soul.
Yes.
We all do.
Yes.
And many of the videos I do are stuff that I'm struggling with sometimes.
Yes. Yes.
And it's important that we be transparent about these things.
Yep.
And so I can't tell you how many people have come up and say, I have an issue with that. We have to be intentional about going outside of ourselves and praying for others.
All right, so I tried it. So I sat down. I think this is early in the morning. I sat down and I said, Lord, my mama is driving me crazy. No, can't do that. That's against the rules. Lord, if you could just tell my wife one time. No, that's against the rules.
I can't with Will.
Lord, can you heal? Lord, okay, I think I got it. Lord, can you heal my father's back so he can drive these kids around the city and I don't have to drive them anymore? Lord, they're driving me. No, so I mean, I really had to stop in my tracks a couple times. So I really did like that video. So it's videos like that. I just want to encourage you that people are watching and they are touching people. Because I had my alone time with the Lord and I got a little reprimanded because I want to. It was hard to do it without me getting any benefit from it at all. So even with the church, Lord, pray for Susie to get a job so she can stop tithing again.
Right.
It's
What? Wait.
I'm just saying, it's hard. It's hard.
I like his videos. I think they're a breath of fresh air.
Yep.
Because I'm like, oh, he is real. Because I think a lot of pastors, especially up here, they always act like they so.
What you talk about my preacher friend?
Okay. Well, I'm going to talk about them a little bit. But a lot. I'm not saying all of them.
Right.
But a lot of them, they feel like they're above you, and it's like you're not.
Right. Yeah.
You right here with me. You just have a different title.
No doubt.
At this moment.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's like I like you because you have been approachable since day one.
We try to be.
Because even y'all, some of you no, but from the day that I met you, even in the circumstance that I originally met you,
Yeah.
I walked by, you like, hey sister,
Yeah.
are you okay? And I'm like, yes, looking all up in the heavens because he that tall, and I'm like, yes, and then I kept it moving, and then I see you again, and he's like, hey. Now you caught me, I'm eating now. And he jamming the Jaheen.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So it's like you have been someone that I can come up and I feel comfortable talking to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you're like, I have sinned and I have flaws and I am imperfect and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that about you.
Absolutely. And that's honestly that's the model. I mean, not because I use it, but I think that's the model that many should use. Because the reality is that makes us approachable. It makes ministry more effective when people can see that you have issues just like I have issues. You know, you have battles just like I have battles. And if you know, one of my good friends from high school said, "Man," because they knew me back when.
Look.
But they said, "Man, if God can save you, I sure enough know that there's hope for me." So I always put it out there. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect at all.
And he is not ashamed.
Some of my people that I know from back in the day don't believe I'm saved still. They said, look, it's a farce. Something's going on. Yeah, he ain't, look at him. He ain't saved. So my question is, do you, so like take Joel Osteen or even T.D. Jakes to an extent, they preach a lot of positivity in their word. And I love it. A lot of people dislike Joel Osteen because that's all he preaches.
And he always smiles.
Always smiling, always preaching.
Right.
God loves you.
One day Daddy and I were in a truck.
Right.
Always happy.
Do you ever preach on hell?
Man, I do preach on hell, but I preach more on loving the hell out of people. Literally.
Okay.
Because the reality is that you know the love that I know, the love of God, you know, it supersedes all. And if you can preach that, you know, in such a way that people realize that it's relevant to even me and my situation, then they grab a hold of it and want to let go of all that other stuff that they were struggling with. So that's what we do, man.
Yeah, I've always, a lot of people they turn their back on some pastors because they aren't. Like my mother, I'm not throwing my mother under the bus.
But you are.
But I'm about to. No, I'm not about to. No, I'm not about to. Honor thy mother and father. That's one of the 10 rules that I'm going to abide by right now. But she's very, very 80s, old school, like, you know, if you don't do what you're supposed to be doing, you are going to hell tomorrow. Like, she says your name is written off the book. She said you are going to burn, and I see her moving away from that, but a lot of people are still very old school where they want to hear that stuff. Yeah. How do you approach that?
Well, I approach it with helping people realize that when they come with that, usually they're trying to stay away from their lane. So they may be old school. If I'm not smoking, I have no issue telling you ought to stop smoking. If I'm not a drinker, I don't have any issue telling you ought to stop drinking. But if it's my lane, if it's an issue then I stay away from that. So when you help people point out the fact that we all have issues, we all have struggles, but it's only God's love and God's grace that covers us and through our issues, then you help us realize that maybe we do need to start talking a little bit more about more love and grace and mercy, and that's the only reason why I am who I am. So that's my approach.
So Heavenly Father, let's just, I pray that you touch my mother so she'll forget about the PTL club in the 70s and 80s. No, I did it again.
Ain't that personal gains?
Right. Personal gains stuff.
We're going to take a pause for the cause. And we'll be right back. Spin 'em. So, because you just said that.